Hey guys, what's up? What's going on? Welcome back to my channel. We have a new video today, and as you can see, it is a little bit different because we have a lot of cards going on here. So definitely stay for this intro because even if you've watched pick a card readings before, this one works pretty differently. I'm going to explain that in 1 minute, but basically all the things that I want to mention, there's a lot of things I want to mention. So this type of video has totally been done before. I'm not the first person to do this video. Basically what this video is what people's first impressions of you are, or how people see you at first, but then I also really wanted to incorporate how they see you after, which is why we have 2 rows, because this row right here is how people first see you, how you first come across, your first impressions to others, and then this second row right here is how people see you after they get to know you. And the reason why I didn't want to put it into 2 piles is because there's so many people in this world and everyone is so uniquely different, and so I wanted you to be able to pick, 2 different piles for this, since it's 2 different things that I'm answering. And everyone is so uniquely different that I just didn't want to squish it all into one pile because, everyone has different first impressions and different after impressions, if that makes sense. So that's why we have 2 piles. So basically how this is going to work is this is pile number 1, this is pile number 2, this is pile number 3, this is pile number 4, and this is pile number 5. So pick one card from this pile that you're the most drawn to, and this will be how people first see you, their first impressions of you. And then this pile right down here, this is number 6, this is number 7, this is number 8, this is number 9, and this is card number 10. So after you're done picking one from here, pick a card from here, and this will be how people see you after. And I'll have timestamps linked down below in the description box so you guys can skip ahead to your specific cards. So make sure that you watch this pile and this pile. So again, I'm just going to quickly name the cards again. This is pile number 1, this is pile number 2, this is pile number 3, this is pile number 4, and this is pile number 5. This is how people first see you, so pick one from this row. And then in this row right here, pick one from this row. This is pile number 6, this is pile number 7, this is pile number 8, this is pile number 9, and this is pile number 10. So then pick a card from this pile and watch that video as well to find out people's after impressions of you. I hope this is not too confusing for you guys. I really wanted to do one and try one out this way. I kind of had this idea, so hopefully it works out and hopefully it's not too confusing and hopefully it makes sense and goes smoothly for you guys. So yeah, with that being said, I'm pretty sure that's all the announcements that I wanted to say. So let's hop right into it and find out people's first impressions of you guys and then how they think of you after. So starting with pile number 1, you have a piece of opalite on the top of your pile. And let's see how people first see you, how you first come across. The cards that we have here are the 3 of Pentacles, the 10 of Wands, and the 10 of Pentacles right here. So this is how people first see you, how you first come across to somebody. So I feel like your first impression to most people is that you are such a helper. Like you come in and you really like to help people. You really like to solve their issues. You're a really good problem solver. And you're really good at just honestly really helping people. And people see that. You come into somebody's life and make them really successful. You know how to make them successful. You are there for them. They see that. They see that you're one of those people that are very dedicated and that you put in a lot of energy to the people that you meet and that you vibe with. You really put a lot of your energy towards them, to your friends and everybody that's close to you. You love to help them out. Even strangers, I feel like you really like to help people out when you first meet them, especially if they, give you that kind of good vibe where you really want to help them out with something. You're a really good problem solver, and honestly, I feel like you get along with a lot of people, especially with the 10 of Pentacles card. This card is somebody who gets along with others very, very well. I don't think you're a shy person. I think you're a person that loves meeting people and really loves to help people. And you're honestly one of the biggest helpers that I've ever seen. These are all the cards of just, putting your best foot forward for other people, and you're not super selfish or anything like that. We also have the new moon in Leo. Confidence is your key to success. And even though Leos can be very, very selfish, I don't think that's you in this case. I think that this is talking about all your confidence. And so I feel like you come across as a really confident person when you first meet people. At least others see you that way. Even if you don't see yourself that way, other people see you as very confident, very helpful. And so the next card that we have is the Cleansing Waters card. Purification activates vibrant life force. And so I feel like people see you as a very pure person, a very lively person with a lot of energy, and a lot of will and a lot of power and a lot of movement in your life. Very energetic, upbeat person. We also have the Upper World card, and this is somebody who's very upbeat, somebody who's super high energy, super intuitive, super like in touch with the higher realms. You know, you're just a very high vibrational being, and people feel that from you right away when they first see you. We also have the Sagittarius card of I see, and so I feel like people, when they first meet you, they actually like really understand you. You come across very authentic, and they see that through you. Even if you don't feel like you do, even if you feel like you give people the wrong impression, you really don't. I think you give them the correct impression right off the bat, and they see you as this really confident person. They see your true inner core to the deepest part when they first meet you. And so there might be more to you, but people do get a really good glimpse of it when they first meet you, and they see what a good soul you are and what a confident, beautiful, bright light that you are. So that is all for you, pile number 1. All right, so pile number 2, let's find out how people first see you, their first impressions. We have a piece of pyrite on the top of your pile, and let's see people's first impressions of you. All right, so pile number 2, this is how people first see you. We have the Queen of Cups, the Seven of Wands, and the Page of Pentacles. This is what these cards look like. And so with these cards and with the Queen of Wands, I'd say that people first off see you as somebody who's very like in touch with their emotional side, but somebody who's very balanced emotionally, somebody who, you know, is very intuitive. I feel like they see that you are an empath. They see that you feel things on a deep level, but they also see how balanced you are in it. They don't like think that you're like an emotional crybaby or something. They see how balanced you are in your emotions and all that kind of stuff. They also see you as somebody, you know, who comes across as a very like successful person, because with the Seven of Wands here, I feel like people almost get a little bit jealous of you somehow, because the Queen of Wands also rules like beauty and all that kind of stuff. So I feel like people's first impressions of you are like, wow, she's a little bit beautiful, I'm a little bit intimidated. The Seven of Wands card deals with people who are a little bit intimidated by you, and you might have to, you know, battle off some people and some like things once in a while, or people try to bat at you a little bit because of their jealousy of how much you've either accomplished or what they think that you've accomplished, or just like your beauty in general. I feel like they, you know, get a little jealous of that. So definitely keep that in mind. I don't think it's a bad thing. I think it's honestly just, you know, some people have their own insecurities, and they might try to, you know, push that on you, but you definitely don't have to take that. But to just take it as a compliment, I guess. So we also have the Page of Pentacles here. I feel like people see you as a very, you know, smart person, but maybe they don't see it right away, because the Page of Pentacles, you know, is the youngest, the very starting of the Pentacles. The Pentacles rule like knowledge, schooling, material stuff. And so I feel like when they first meet you, they might see you, you know, as somebody who's still like learning a lot. And you might still be learning a lot, and you probably are. I mean, I don't think anybody in this whole world ever knows everything, but they might see you as somebody who, you know, still needs to learn a lot, somebody who's a little bit more on the immature side. But with the Pentacles, it's kind of almost telling me that they don't see the deepness of who you truly are, as much knowledge and life experience as you actually do have. We also have the Full Moon in Cancer, a personal issue reaches resolution. And so I feel like with this card, some people might see you at first as the crab, and see you as somebody, you know, like when people see a crab at first, the skeletons on the outside, they have these claws, and so they might see you as like, oh, is this person like a bitch? But then they get to know you, and Cancer rules emotions, and Cancer is cuddly and loving and, you know, such a good friend. And so I feel like at first people might see you as somebody who might be a bitch, especially if you're somebody who, you know, looks like a freaking model. A lot of the times people will look at you, and, you know, if they really admire your beauty, no matter what kind of beauty it is, maybe you're just like so freaking nice, you have all this inner beauty, or you have all this outer beauty, or you have it all, and they might see you as somebody who they'd first think would come across as a bitch because of maybe just the way that you look or the way that you come across. But they don't realize that deep down inside you're actually such a lovely, friendly, beautiful person. And then we also have the Impasse, reflect and redirect your energy, this card right here. And so I feel like as people get to know you, all of a sudden, you know, your energy kind of almost changes, and they don't see like that outer shell, they don't see the outer skeleton of the Cancer crab. And then they see the soft, you know, gooey inside, the cuddly inside. It's also The reflect and redirect your energy card can also be that when people first meet you, they're almost reflecting their own insecurities off of you because, you know, they see a person that they might really want to be, which is also what the Seven of Wands talks about is, you know, people that are really jealous of you because you have something that they want. You know, you're at a higher vibration, they really want that. And so they're almost reflecting their own insecurities off of you. And that's probably why maybe they don't have the best first impression because they think like, oh, this person must be, you know, they're obviously higher than me, like, but that's their own insecurities. So definitely don't worry about that if you ever get that. We also have the serpent card right here. The serpent is, you know, a sea creature who lives underneath the water. People don't ever really see the serpent, but there's myths about the serpent. And so it's almost like when people first meet you, you know, the stories about all these beautiful people with these beautiful energies, oh, they all must be bitches, but they don't actually see the real serpent. When they meet the real serpent, it's like, oh, now I understand who you are. So it's like not until people know like your true inner core, they might be jealous of you at first and that kind of stuff. We also have Mercury, the mind card, as the last card. And so I feel like your mind is like super, super powerful and super beautiful. And it's all in the mind, you know? So don't take people's first impressions of you literally. Take them as compliments because they're obviously like, look at you as a higher, you know, being that they might be jealous, that they really want to be. And even if you put yourself on the same level and all that kind of stuff, they still see you that way. I don't know why, but they do. And so that's kind of what I see going on here. So that is what I'm getting for you, pile number 2. All right, so pile number 3, let's find out people's first impressions of you. We have some rainbow moonstone on the top of your pile. Let's find out these first impressions. All right, so this is pretty intense. So the first 3 tarot cards that we have here are the 7 of Cups, the 7 of Pentacles, and the King of Wands right here. This is what these cards look like. And so it's pretty crazy because we also have the Wise Leader card right here, which correlates with the King of Wands so much because the King of Wands is a wise leader. And so your first impression to people is that like, whoa, this person is a leader. They have a very strong, powerful energy about them. They get shit done. They do not like take no shit from anybody. They are totally a leader type of person. So they see you as that. Like right off the bat. They see you as a person who takes action because we have the New Moon and Aries card right here, which is it's time to take action. So they see you as a person who doesn't just sit and wait. They see you as a person who's constantly on the move, constantly on the go. And we also have the 2 7 cards right here, which is the 7 of Cups and the 7 of Pentacles. And so people always see you as somebody who's constantly like growing new ideas, growing new things. You're kind of a curious person. They see you as a curious person who's always like, you know, looking at this, looking over here, going over there. They see you as this energy that's constantly like almost everywhere. They see you as a very well-rounded person with a lot of knowledge in the world about different things and all that kind of stuff. We also have the standstill card right here. And so some people might see you, you know, that's a little confusing because we have so many cards that are like all over the place. And we have the standstill card, which is, you know, somebody who sits there and meditates. And so they might see you either or. You know, I feel like people get a kind of, depending on where you're at in your life, they're either gonna see you as this person who's constantly doing so many things at once, or they're gonna see you as this leader who's like very strong, very powerful in his like own stance and his own power and all that kind of stuff. And they see this like beautiful ray of like leadership coming off of you, this beautiful high up energy of getting stuff done and all that kind of stuff. We also have the Capricorn card right here, which says I use on it. I don't know why I'm getting so many text messages right now. Anyway, it says Capricorn, I use. It doesn't mean you use people or anything like that, or people think that by any means, but the Capricorn card is, you know, the ruler of the 10th house in astrology, which is all about work, getting stuff done. Capricorns are all about, you know, getting shit done. They're an earth sign. They're a very material sign. So I feel like people see you as a very material type of person who chases after and, you know, gains a lot of maybe material things and, you know, gains a lot of experience here and there, but you're always on the climb. They see you as somebody who's always on the climb. Capricorn's the mountain goat who's constantly on the climb. And so people get that impression of you that you're just a leader who's constantly climbing up, you know, higher and higher and higher all the time. And that is your first impression that you give off to people when they first meet you, pile number 3. Hope that was accurate for you guys. All right, so pile number 4, let's find out people's first impressions of you. Let's see, you know, how they see you at first. All right, so pile number 4, people's first impressions of you might be that you come across as somebody who doesn't open up so much right away. We have the 2 of Swords right here, but then we also have the Ace of Wands as well, and then we also have the 8 of Pentacles. So when people first meet you, they might not see all of you right away. They might see you as a more mysterious type of person, because with the 2 of Wands, you know, she you know, has her heart crossed off. So you don't open up everything right away. You don't let out your whole entire personality right away. You don't let out your entire like life story right away. You might be a really easygoing person and all that kind of stuff, a really spontaneous person, especially with the Ace of Wands. It's like you're quick, spontaneous. They see you as somebody who comes up with ideas really quickly, especially like inspiring, spontaneous, passionate ideas and stuff like that. But they also see you as a person with a bit of mystery behind there, because, you know, you might be a hard shell to crack in order to get all of your ideas out, in order to get all of your wisdom out. You might, you know, stay standing in the back for a little bit. You also might be the projector in, if you guys know what human design is, you can definitely Google it if you haven't heard of it. But it's really cool. It connects like astrology to Chinese astrology to all of these different sort of things to come up with a conglomerate of like everything all together. And so the projector is somebody who needs invitations in order to, you know, feel like they can share their ideas and share all of it. They feel like they need to be invited to share ideas. It's kind of awkward for them to just step up and just start being like, hey, I think this and this and this and this and this. So definitely check if you're a projector on human design, because usually people's first impressions of you, if you have this card, you're most likely a projector, I'd say. So definitely check, because that'd be really wild if you guys are and you guys pick this pile. It's a little crazy. So also with the 8 of Pentacles right here, you have really, really good ideas. They see how smart you are. They see how knowledgeable you are. You also come across with this impression of like somebody who's like an apprentice, who's constantly learning things, who's constantly like diving deep and doing more things. They might see you as a little bit of an introvert as well, because with the 2 of Swords, this is a very introverted card. But you do a lot of things for yourself on your own. You probably like to work alone, do things on your own, because your ideas are just so expansive and so amazing. And, you know, you work on things a lot. They see how knowledgeable you are, how like inspirational you are, but yet there's that mysterious side. They don't get to know everything. We also have the Void of Course Moon. Nothing will come of this situation. This card is like pretty much like the 2 of Swords. It's somebody who's very, very mysterious. Nothing will come of this situation. So when people first meet you, they might think like, am I gonna see this person again? Like, this person's like a rare find. I never see people like this. You know, you're a rare soul. And so people, when they first meet you, they're like, whoa, like, I really hope I see this person again. They're so mysterious. They caught my attention. But they almost feel like they're never going to see you again. You're a really rare piece to find, you know, and people might say that about you, like, whoa, you're not like anybody else I've ever met. You're so different. You're not like all the rest of the people. You might get that comment a lot. We also have Vast Vistas, expand your horizons. I feel like you're always expanding people's horizons when they first meet you because of your profound things that you say. Like, you're this mysterious person, and all of a sudden you say something that's like wild and crazy that people didn't expect from you, and they're like, whoa. Like, I didn't know she was that dang smart and that dang like cool with all these amazing ideas, really inspiring ideas. And so you like expand people's horizons very, very well. And I feel like their first impressions of you are like, you always go deeper and deeper somehow. We also have the Magic card. And so people's first impressions of you are also about magic. Magic and mystery go hand in hand, because nobody can figure out magic. Magic is always a mystery. And so you come across as this magical soul, especially when people start to get to know you and start to, you know, get past this first mystery and start unlocking those things. They're like, whoa, this is like a magical experience when they first meet you. We also have the Chiron healing card. I feel like you're a natural healer. Most people who come across as this like mysterious and kind of, you know, have their heart closed, they are natural healers because they feel things so well from other people. And that's probably why they close off their heart, because when they meet new people, it's like, You don't really want to feel everything. You're an empath. You don't want to feel everything that they're feeling. You're a natural healer. You naturally feel where pains are in other people. You naturally feel those things because you're a healer and you have the ability to heal people as well, especially with your amazing ideas and amazing knowledge as well. So that is all for you, pile number 4. All right, and that brings us to pile number 5. Let's find out people's first impressions of you. This is some crimson quartz, some hematoid quartz. It has a bunch of different names. Let's find out people's first impressions of you. All right, so this is pretty crazy. We have the Virgo card here, which is I analyze, as well as the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles is the earth sign. She can be a Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn. We also have the Virgo card right there, so that's a little crazy, a lot of earthy energy in you. So people definitely see you as somebody who's very grounded, also very material, very also like organized. You know, they might see you as a very grounded, organized, put together type of person. Put together is the word I'm looking for. You're a very put together person when people first meet you and when they first see you. You know, you might be somebody who dresses very, very nice. You know how to style yourself in order to come across as a very grounded, put together type of person. What else do we have? We also have the 5 of Pentacles and the Tower. So these are the other 2 cards that we have right here. Whoa, I just almost dropped one. So these are the other 2 tarot cards we have, and so I feel like people's first impressions of you, they might not feel like maybe like good enough to be around you. And don't take this in a bad way, because we just have this card, so I'm just gonna say what they mean, and I'm sorry if it doesn't come across the right way or whatever. Please don't get offended by anything. But the 5 of Pentacles right here is people that feel kind of left out. And so when they first meet you, they might see you as this really high up, put together person. They might not feel adequate enough to be around you. But I feel like you also change people on a very deep level, because we have the Tower card next. And so I feel like they almost go through a change when they first meet you, of like having to reevaluate themselves and their own insecurities, because, you know, you're a very put together person. You don't have time for, you know, people's crap or whatever. You're you, and you don't change for anybody. But people, you know, when they first meet you, they might feel inadequate. They have to go through this huge like change of like, whoa, like, why am I feeling this way? And so I feel like you change people on a very deep level without even realizing it. Maybe you do realize it, but they have to go through almost this change. And so their first impressions of you are like, whoa, like you're changing my whole like reality of existence and all this kind of stuff, because of like your very put together, beautiful energy. You're a very beautiful person. And people see that right away. We also have the new moon in Aquarius, bring love into the situation. I feel like for you, you know, you do bring love, and I feel like people are very astounded when they first meet you, because you're this like beautifully put together person with this high energy, but yet you spread love, and people I think are a little bit like, whoa, I thought like this person was going to be totally mean and all this kind of stuff. But they're wrong, because then all of a sudden they see your loving side as they're talking to you or whatever and getting to know you, and then they're like, whoa, you're like this put together and this amazing, but you're still nice to me. And even though I felt so left out, you know, you welcome them into the church type of thing, because this is the card of where people are, you know, walking outside of the church, kind of left on the outside, and all of a sudden you bring them love, and, you know, you invite them in, and they're just like, I'm worthy of coming in there. They're like, what? And so it's kind of like this weird sort of like push and pull energy, where they're just like, you know, very like looking up to you type of thing. And then you invite them in, you totally change their vision of reality, because maybe their vision of reality wasn't that, you know, they could be worthy enough of being on your level and all that kind of stuff. This is just what I'm getting. Please don't take offense to this. We also have the Mystic Healer card. Healing energy flows through you. So I feel like you really heal people on a very deep level. You have this Earth Mother energy about you. The Queen of Pentacles is like this Earth Mother with this beautiful energy, who's very connected to the Earth and Gaia and all that kind of stuff. So I feel like you heal people on such a beautiful level. And you put them through this big life change when you first meet people, and you put them through this healing, because you heal people's insecurities, you heal people's views of the world that are probably very wrong at first. You know, so that's That is what I'm getting for you guys. So it's like you heal people in a very profound way because, you know, you change people's automatic like first impressions and perspectives of the world and the way things are supposed to be, and you automatically just change it because you're like, I can be this put together, this amazing, this earth motherly energy and still love and touch every single soul on this planet. I don't think you're a picky person. You might have been in the past and it's put you to this point, or you might be in this stage about to go through a change of like really accepting yourself and accepting others and all that kind of stuff as well. So yeah. Beautiful reading, pile number 5. I think it's a beautiful thing to put people through a good healing and show them that the world is a beautiful place. All right, so now we're getting into row number 2, which is people's impressions of you after they get to know you. So pile number 6, we have some goldstone on the top of your pile. Let's see how people see you after they get to know you. All right, so pile number 6, I feel like the impact you have on people is huge. I feel like when you get to know people on a deep level, you almost send people through this like learning lesson of learning, you know, real values, learning real truths. And so you might notice that when you get to know people, you might have people that really want to be around you that have this issue of, you know, either lying, not telling the truth, or saying that they're going to be at this important event for you and then not like showing up, that kind of stuff. And so you kind of put people through this like learning curve of like, you got to tell the truth. You're a person who really honors the truth. You're a person who respects the truth. And people know that they can't really get away with stuff when they're around you for long enough. They know that they can't, you know, like walk around you and, you know, tell you a lie or do anything like that. Once people get to know you, they know that you see through stuff. You see through people's lies. You see through deception, deceivery, all that kind of stuff. You don't take it. They know that you don't take it. And then I feel like you put people through a big change once they get to know you because they know they can't deceive you. They know they can't get away with something or whatever. They know that you are a person who sees past all of that. We have the card here of many paths. And so this card, I feel like, talks about, you know, you're a person who is very well-rounded. And that's why people can't get away with stuff around you. They can't do that. You're a person who has been on all these different life paths. You see people's different life paths very well, and they can't trick you in any way. You're a person who cannot be tricked. So we have the 9 of Swords, the 7 of Swords, and the Justice card. These are the tarot cards that are talking about all of that. We also have Unbound, releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. And so when people get to know you on a deep level, they kind of go through this unbinding process of, I need to stop being this way. I need to let go of these bad habits. They need to release different soul patterns that they've had where they, you know, aren't being honest with themselves or other people, and they need to break free from those patterns. And I feel like you are the person that they meet where they're like, whoa, you almost reflect this energy back onto them because you just don't take it, you know, you don't have time for it. You see right through it, and they figure that out, and they're just like, whoa. And so you like unbind people from their chains, which is a really, really beautiful thing. We also have the Whale breach card, and so it's like you breach people's patterns. It's like all these cards are very connected. And we also have the Aquarius card, which is I know. So that card's like, that gives me goosebumps right now because it's like that goes with the Justice card for me. So if anybody tries to trick you or tries to lie to you, you're there being the Justice and the Aquarius and being like, I know what's going on. I know everything that's happening right now and what you're trying to do. And like, you almost give people the chills, like, whoa, I cannot like trick this person in any way. I can't get away with being selfish or mistreating people or walking all over people. And it's just like, you know, you stand there as Justice being like, I know what you're doing. I know what you're up to. And so when people get to know you on a deep level, or they're just like, whoa, I cannot F with this person at all. And so you change people on a very deep level, which is a very beautiful thing, and I love that. I love that, pile number 1. We need more people like you in the world. So that is all for you, or I mean you're pile number 6. I keep thinking you're pile number 1 because I mean you're the first one in the second row, but you are pile number 6. So that is all for you guys. Moving on to pile number 7, let's find out people's impressions of you after they get to know you. We have a piece of rose quartz on the top of your pile, and how do people see you once they get to know you? All right, so pile number 7, you are, pile number 7. Yeah, this is pile number 7. Cool. So you are an incredibly creative person. So I'm just going to show you guys the tarot cards we have. We have the 6 of Swords, we have the Fool, and we have the Devil card right here. And when I see the Fool card and I also see the 5th house of creativity, you are a very creative soul, a very creative mind, and people see that in you once they get to know you. They see how like spontaneous you are, and you see different things that people don't even see in the world. You see all of these different ideas, these things that people can do, these ways around things that like people are just like, wait, what? Like you can live life that way? I think you live life in a very like different manner than most people, and people see that once they get to know you. They're just like, whoa, this person is a total free spirit. They just do what they want. And they just do it. That's how they live life. And I feel like that's people's, impressions of you once they get to know you. And you keep unfolding into this like person of, what are they going to do next? People don't really know what you're going to do next. You also do things very spontaneously with the 6 of Swords card. This is a card of, somebody who can live life on a very detached level as well. So especially when it's beside the Fool card, it's somebody who can get up and start a new life path like that. Even if they, have to let go of something that they're very attached to, they're able to do it. They might have a bit of sadness, but it's something that it's just like, well, I'm on a new path now, so bye guys, But with that comes, some responsibility. We also have the Initiation card, which I feel like goes right along with the Fool and the 6 of Swords and the 5th house of creativity. It's almost like you're the initiator. You are that type of like friend and that type of person that, comes up with these amazing ideas, and they're like, hey guys, let's go do this cool thing. I just thought of this. Let's go do it. Let's go try it out. You're the initiator. You're the person who has the best ideas. You're the person that people come to when they don't know what to do with their day, and you're just like, oh, there's this new thing that just opened up. It's over here. Let's go do it. It's like crazy cool. You're that type of person. So people love that about you. We also have the Flow card and the Lotus flower. And so with Flow and the Lotus flower, you are the type of person that is constantly unfolding in many different directions, but you also just go with the flow. You're like this lotus flower that's floating down this stream of like constant movement. You don't know where you're going to end up next. You kind of go with the flow of the universe. If something cool comes up, you'll just go with it. And the lotus flower is somebody who's constantly unfolding. You're constantly realizing more aspects of yourself and more things about yourself by going through all these crazy journeys. But with that, we also have the Devil card, and what this card talks about is somebody who, doesn't quite know where they stand. They're a little bit unsure about, where they're going in life. They're chained to maybe a bad addiction of, maybe you're somebody who can't commit and stay to one thing. And so you're constantly changing, but it ends up kind of working against you in the long run because you don't have a stable foundation. And the Devil kind of talks about that, not having a stable foundation, or, being a little bit too spontaneous and trying a little bit too many different things and being a little bit too experimentative and all of that kind of stuff. So definitely look out for that as well. But yeah, that is people's impressions of you once they get to know you on a deep level, pile number 7. I do love my spontaneous people out there. Y'all are very fun. Very, very fun. All right, moving on to pile number 8. Let's find out how people see you once they get to know you. We have a piece of angel aura quartz on the top of your pile. Let's find out, how people see you once they get to know you. All right, so pile number 8, when people get to know you, they see you as a very powerful person. We have the Emperor card here beside the 3 of Cups, beside the Page of Swords, and so these are your tarot cards that that are what people see you as once they get to know you. Almost like lost the video of what we were doing in my head. Anyway, so people see you as this very strong, powerful person who sits in their throne. You kind of like, you're a leader. They see you as a leader figure. They come to you for advice. Anytime that, you know, if you're in a group of friends and they want to do something, it's almost like they come to you like, what are we doing now, boss? What are the ideas? You know, you're like the leader. You're the person with all the ideas. You're the person who probably has the most experience in your friend group, that people look at you and they're just like, okay, you know, you are probably the oldest person in the friend group, or the person with the most life experience, who has the best advice and all that kind of stuff. You're also a person who loves to celebrate with your friends. You love to have a good time. People see what a joyful person you are. You just bring light and life to any sort of group that you enter, any sort of people that you come into their lives. You just are this bright light. We also have the Age of Light. The Age of Light card, you've been training for this for lifetimes. I feel like you're a very old soul, and people see that, especially when it's beside the Emperor card, or with the Emperor card. I mean, it's not quite beside it, but you know, it's with the Emperor card in the same pile. So those two cards really talk about, you know, being an older soul, coming with a lot of experience. I feel like that's why you come across as this leader type of energy when people get to know you, because they see the amount of like ancient wisdom that you almost have. It's almost like all this wisdom that you have didn't just come from this life, it came from many lifetimes, you know, and that's why you get to know things right away. You don't even have to experience some things before knowing exactly, you know, what the outcome would be and all this different kind of stuff. You don't really have to walk down every single path in life to find out what it is. You already know where it leads, and maybe you don't know why you know where it leads, but it's because you have lifetimes of knowledge, and people see that once they get to know you. We also have the Page of Swords right here, which talks about somebody who's like really eager to learn new things, really eager to study, to learn, to try new things, to experiment on new things, and they're a really good communicator. They're somebody who's learning even deeper how to communicate as well all the time. We also have the Wind card, which is right beside the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords is a wind type of card, so you might be an air sign. If you're not, you probably have qualities of an air sign. We also have, so with the Wind card, it's like you are a spontaneous person. You're a leader type of person, but you also have this spontaneous type of energy about you where you kind of just go with the flow of things, and you go where the wind takes you type of thing. You are eager to learn new things. You're eager to know new things. That's probably why you come across with this great knowledge, but you also come across with that knowledge from other lifetimes as well. So just know that you have a lot that you've learned this lifetime and from other lifetimes ago. We also have the Shaman, Ancient Healing Wisdom. It's so funny, we're talking about past lives. So the Shaman of Ancient Healing Wisdom, you do bring a lot of past life energy and knowledge into this life, and people see you as a very like just ancient wisdom type of person. You come across with really good advice. No matter how old you are or how young you are, you have this like really good advice with you that kind of like you can almost talk to anybody of any age. You can get along with adults, you can get along with teenagers, you can get along with kids. You have all the wisdom of all the things from all your past lives and all that kind of stuff. We also have the Taurus card, I have. So with that, it's like you understand what you have, you understand the knowledge that you have, you understand the power that you have, and that's really beautiful, and people see that. They also see you as somebody who knows how to attain material things. The Emperor knows how to do that, Taurus knows how to do that, and all that kind of stuff. And they see you as somebody who, you know, appreciates those types of things. So that is what I see for you, pile number 8. That is how people see you once they get to know you. All right, so pile number 9, let's find out how people see you once they get to know you. I have a piece of chrysoprase on the top of your pile, and let's find out how people see you once they get to know you. All right, so pile number 9, this is a fun pile. So the 3 tarot cards that we have in the beginning here are the 9 of Wands, the Judgment, and the 10 of Cups right here. So these are the first 3 tarot cards that we have. And this kind of talks about, you know, once people get to know you, they see you as a person who's been through a lot. You've had to let go of a lot. You've had to shed a lot. You've had to rebirth yourself a lot and come out and shed your skin. They see you as an authentic person who comes across with a lot of authenticity and a lot of, you know, wisdom. And they see you as somebody like, how do you come across that authentic and that truthful and that like exposed? Like you're a person who exposes your personality right off the bat. And I feel like a lot of people, once they get to know you, they're like, whoa, how do you do that? Like, they're almost like astounded by the amount of authenticity that you have. And they know it's because, you've been through a lot of experiences. You've had to shed your skin so many times to the point where you got to the core of yourself. And now you come across as the core of yourself. People see the core of yourself right away. And once they get to know you even deeper, they see how you've done that and how you've become that kind of person. With the 10 of Cups right here, they also see you as a person who's very accepting and very loving of other people. You are the person that's able to love anybody and everybody, and I think it's because you come across so authentic and you understand that everyone's so different and so unique, but yet we're all basically the same because we're so unique and different that all of us are just the same in that sense, if that makes sense. Does that make sense? So yeah, people see you as that. We also have the Wild Woman card, which correlates a lot to the Judgment and the 9 of Wands that we have, because you are such an authentic person that some people might see you as just this wild, this wild soul that's able to live free. But it's so funny because even in your living freeness, you do it in such a stable manner. You do it in the way that you're supposed to. You have this stable nature about you. You're not just this wild, naive type of person. You're not naive at all. You're a wild, free spirit who has been through so much, and you have this solid foundation for your wild side, if that makes sense. And that's how they see you. They see you as somebody who's very solid, put together, and stuff like that, but you have that freeness about you. Really beautiful combination. So we also have Anna, grandmother of Jesus, seeding, light, laying foundations, divine plan. So it's funny we're talking about foundations. You're a person who lays foundations. You have a plan of what you want to do. You know exactly where you're going in life, and you do it in a free-spirited type of way, and you don't, listen to others at this point because you know what you want. You're a very well-rounded, gifted soul, and people see that in you. They see how, sure-footed you are, but yet so free. We also have the autumnal equinox, release, and so people see you as somebody who's able to, release the past very well. It goes along with the Judgment card a lot because these two cards both talk about a big release, and so people see that in you. They see how much you've had to let go of in your life and how much you've had to, go through and accomplish and shed, all that different kind of stuff. We also have the 11th house of friends, so people also come across, or you come across to other people once they get to know you, and they feel that friendship in you. They feel the friendship side. Once they get to know you, they feel very close to you. They feel like they can be a really good friend with you. They see you as a person who has a lot of different friends, who's able to get along with a lot of different people as well, because the 11th house rules getting along with different people and all this kind of stuff and all those things. So 11th house is also a wild, free spirit type of house in astrology, so kind of correlates with all that. So that is all for you, pile number 9. I hope that was accurate for you guys. It's really awesome to be a free-spirited soul, but yet also be super grounded. That's how people see you. So moving on to pile number 10, let's find out how people see you once they get to know you. We have a piece of Amazonite on the top of your pile. And let's see, how do people see you once they get to know you? How do you come across once people get to know you? All right, so pile number 10, this is crazy. So we have the Star and the World and the 3 of Wands as your tarot cards in the beginning. This is what they look like. And so with these cards, I definitely get the vibes that once people get to know you, they see you as such a divine, beautiful person. The Star card, she has 1 foot in the water, 1 foot out of the water. And that means that you get along with all walks of life. You get along with this and that. You're really intuitive to the other side. People see how intuitive you are to the other side, how spiritual you are, and how connected you are. I feel like people feel that you're a very deeply connected soul and that you search for deep connections. And when you get to know some people, they really feel those deep connections with you. We also have the World card. This card talks about completion, completing phases and all that kind of stuff. And so when people get to know you, they see you as somebody who's, completed a lot in life. You've done a lot in life. You've walked over here, you've walked over there, you've tried a lot of different things. They see you as a very well-rounded, worldly person who's very connected in the world. They see you as somebody who's literally so freaking connected in the world, so connected. Then we also have the 3 of Wands, which is also all about connections and all that kind of stuff, and you know, having the world at the palm of your hands. That's more of the Two of Wands, but also correlates in the Three of Wands as well, where, you know, they're on journeys to accomplish more. What is the plan? What is the divine plan? So they see you as somebody who is constantly like on this journey, but you're so well-rounded, but you're still on this journey of rounding yourself even more and getting to know even more and discovering more. It's a card about discovery. We also have the Ancient Ones, and so people see you as somebody who's an old soul. They see you as somebody who's very connected to, you know, the world and what the world has been through and all that kind of stuff. And so you come across as this person who has all this ancient knowledge, who's very well-rounded and all that kind of stuff, and they see how deep you go. We also have the Irama card, where are you being called to journey to, which is so funny. That totally correlates with the Three of Wands, because these are two journey cards. And so when people get to know you, they see you as maybe a wandering soul, a free soul, somebody who seeks out knowledge, seeks out more. You journey to places. They see you as a seeker and all that kind of stuff. We also have the Island card of solitude. And so once you get to know people, people might see that vulnerable side of you, the part that you keep away, the part that's hiding on the island away off the coast of whatever. And so people get to know the deeper sides of you, the stuff that you keep in solitude, the stuff that you keep to yourself. Once people get to know you, they also might see how reserved that you are. And even though you might be a social person with the fact that you're so adventurous and you're a seeker, you're a journeyer, but there's also a side of you that's very, like, I don't want to say kept secret, but it's just in solitude. You know, it's something you don't bring across right away. And people see, like, you know, your more vulnerable side, your more seclusive side, and that kind of stuff. We also have the Libra card of I balance. And so I feel like people see you as a very balanced person because, you know, you have this side of you that's very, like, I'm on a journey, I'm seeking, and gaining so much worldly knowledge and being a well-rounded person, but then you also have this balance of having that solitude and having your alone time and, you know, being a little bit more mysterious and a little bit reserved. And so people see that you have that balance, and you come across with that balance and that accepting harmony where you get along with people from anywhere and everywhere, even though you need your solitude at times, but you also need that journey, fun, seeking side, and people see that in you, and it's a really beautiful balance. So that is all I see for you, pile number 10. Hope that was accurate for you guys. All right, so that was all for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love making these videos for you guys, and you guys have been loving them so far, so it's been such a wonderful pleasure. I cannot even thank you guys enough. I will be doing a 10,000 subscriber giveaway. I did mention it on my Instagram story, but I don't think I mentioned it on YouTube yet, but we did reach 10,000 yesterday, and now today we're at like 12,000 and something, and I'm finally making a video where I'm announcing that we're going to be doing a giveaway, but I don't know what the giveaway is going to be yet. So if you guys have any ideas, please leave them in the comment box down below, because I would love to hear you guys' ideas. I'm still trying to figure out what to give away. We reached 10,000 faster than I thought. I thought I'd have more time to think about what I wanted to give away, but I guess not. We're already past that, and I just feel like I'm a little bit behind, but we'll get to it, and I promise there'll still be a giveaway, but I'm just figuring out what we should do for the giveaway. I want it to be something special and something meaningful, so I've been trying to search deep for some ideas. Anyway, I hope you guys like this video. I know there's a lot of cards on the table, and I hope it wasn't too confusing. I hope you guys can see the cards okay. I know some people have wanted to see the cards a little bit better, but I hope this still worked and it was still okay. I'm still trying to figure out how to incorporate my face, because a lot of you guys, before when I used to film just the table, you guys really wanted to see my face, and now you guys really want to see the cards more, and I'm just like trying to find a perfect balance. And currently this is a good balance of having both, but I want to, you know, please everybody, so maybe we need to incorporate another camera. I don't know. I hope it still worked out for you guys and it was still okay. So let me know, and yeah, hope you guys liked the video. If you guys did, don't forget to give it a really big thumbs up for me and hit that subscribe button down below if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys!